Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to do some CAD modeling. I'm going to show you guys how we do this. So let me show you what we're starting with. So this is our fuel pump modeled, just a pretty rough shape. All the holes are correct, this diameter is correct, and the outside's just kind of close. And then this is representative of an oil pump. This is the mounting flanges. So these are the two parts, like this is the oil pump, that's what we bolt to. This is the fuel pump that we need to install. We got to build a bracket that picks up on these two things. So I'm about to do that, and let's do it in real time. I want to show you guys how I do it. So let me pull up a picture real quick. Okay, so this is the pump, like the pictures from Aeromotive. And you can see there's a bolt circle, which they don't give you the dimensions for. But they do give you the dimensions of this diameter at 2.12 inches. So I had to pick up the dimensions of the outside and the bolt holes. So anyway, we got that done. Let's start modeling this. So here's our origin. We just go ahead and pop a hole here. The bolts are 1/4 inch, so the OD of the bolt is 1/4 inch. So we're going to put the hole at 0.3125. So that's a 1/16 of an inch bigger. That'll give us a 1/64 of an inch clearance. I'll just change this document setting. Right, bump this into inches, freedom units. So, because it messed this up. There we go, freedom. All right, so we know we got 6 holes and they're evenly spaced, right? So, oh, now we're clicking stuff wrong. All right, so we're gonna do a dimension to here. I checked this earlier. This dimension is I wrote it down somewhere. 1.5625 inches. And we need to do a bolt circle. So we want the top 2 holes to be centered, which means since there's 6 holes, we're going to have a 60 degrees between the holes, so 30 degrees here. So what I'm doing is I'm drawing these couple of lines. We're going to call those construction lines, maybe. There we go. And then we can just take a dimension, click on this, click on that one, throw an angle of here 30 degrees. So that one hole is correct. Now I can go to this thing called create circular pattern, pick up our circle. Uh-oh, where'd it go? Create circular pattern. There we go. Click our center point. Type in we want 6 holes. Boom. Now we got those 6 done. So we also need that big hole in the center. We don't want that to be construction though. Let's change that. This guy we just checked a second ago was 2.12 inches. But we're going to make this 2.13 inches. So that means this hole is slightly bigger, so it'll slip over the pump and it'll have 10 thousandths of clearance. So you got to leave a little bit of clearance just for machining. The company that's building this, they can do plus or minus 5 thou. So we're giving ourselves 10 thou. So even if they come in at 5 thou tighter at 2.125, it'll still go together. So that's great. Now this dimension from here to here is, I might have that somewhere. I don't remember. Let's go check. Let's see, fuel pump. So this is our pump model. Here it is, 1.46 inches. Okay. Jump over here, 1.46. There we go. Let's see. So one of the things we talked about before was that we picked up this hole, and where they intersect is actually the first hole of the oil pump. So let's throw a circle. What I do is I hit the C button for circle and I put my mouse over this and you can see it puts that line. Then I'm going to come down here and do the same thing and watch what happens when I get close to that first one. See how they pop together? Super convenient. That's not convenient. It's still putting them as a construction. But anyway, that gets our location correct. Throw a dimension on this. That hole is 0.43 inches. There we go. So that's actually that's our first hole that we got to do. That's going to go through the oil pump, the big bolt. That's actually the alternator pivot bolt. We're going to throw another one over here. Man, I keep doing these construction ones. Need to change that. Anyway, this hole is 0.35 and it's not construction. Let's fix that. Do another circle. I don't know why this keeps showing up as construction, but there, that's normal. All right, so here, these were the two dimensions that we took to get our angle. So this number was 1.859 inches, and then we had this dimension from here to here was 2.763. So I just measured these with a caliper, got it as close as I could. So let's get some defined. So you notice how some of these holes are black and some of them are blue? The blue ones are not fully defined. So if I click this button here, now I'm going to make these two things horizontal, and I'm going to click this and this until it make those vertical. And see how it locked in? Now it's black, it knows where that is. So I'm going to click these two. Those two are now horizontal, but we need a distance between them. So let's click the two things, and that distance is going to be 1.888. Now that turns black, it's fully defined. This one up here, the reason it's doing that color is it could be flipped down here. So I'm just going to cheat and click fix because I know it's where it goes. And it's still blue because I haven't given it a diameter. So let's do that. That is 0.35. Now it should be fully defined. So what are we at? 5 minutes in, 6 minutes into the video, we've already got all the holes located, I think. Looks like this one's still blue. Why is that? That diameter. No, we did the diameter. What did we not do? Maybe this and this need to be, let's try that, see if that, there we go. Told it those two things are horizontal. So now everything's black, we're fully defined. We need a plate shape. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pop a circle from the center line of the bolts. I checked a minute ago, the pump body, the biggest diameter is 3.7, so let's just draw a circle like that. Come over here, draw some circles. This will make sense in just a second. So we're just going to make these 1 inch for now. We'll change it in a minute if we don't like it. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to draw a line from here to here. And we're just kind of connecting the dots and we're going to make these tangent lines in a second. So I drew those lines. I come up here to my tangent thing. And now I can click the line and click the circle and see how it pops that in nice and pretty. We're going to do that here. And we just go around doing that on all of these. It almost feels like cheating, but as you can see, this works really well. And as you can look, if you back out and look at this, it's already starting to look like a bracket, huh? So I think that's it. Man, that was quick. About 7.5 minutes. So let's extrude that and see how that looks. I need this, that. The rest is holes. Let's make this plate. We're gonna go with 1 inch thick starting off. There we go. There's our bracket. Now, let's grab, I'm going to start an assembly real quick and let's throw these parts into an assembly and see how that looks. All right, file new, design. We have to save assemblies before you can add parts, so we'll call this fuel pump assemb. Probably could have been better, but let's see. We're going to need a fuel pump. Here's our poorly named part. That's the oil pump. And let me go find wherever. Oh, we haven't saved this. Hold on, let's give that a name. Can't throw it in there if it's not there, so let's call it bracket. Now we go to our assembly. Grab bracket, throw it in here. Oh, we still got to do the standoff, so we haven't done that yet. So we're going to have to do that. But this should work. Let's see if this works out. So we go to assemble. We are going to do, let's just say that hole lined up with, which way does this actually go? That kind of matters. That goes there. I think it goes to this one. Let's try it. That actually looks correct. Just going to click it for now. Yeah, the holes line up. Oh, that's actually correct, I think. Now, this hole here, this circle, lines up with this one. However, they don't touch. So here, they're touching. We need to move this. We got to make some standoffs, which we haven't done yet. So we'll have to do that. Yeah, it goes like that. So that space, see how it says minus 50 millimeters? That number just is actually 2.2 inches. So let's put that in there. Oh, looks like we went backwards. Edit that. Flip it. Nope, that didn't work. What are we doing wrong? Is it negative? Oh, it is negative. Negative 2.2 inches. There we go. Now let's do a front view. So you can see the holes are lining up in the pump and the bracket, and then the holes over here are lining up. And if I rotate this, see what I mean? There's our pump. Ooh, look at that. That's the first time I've noticed this. These two are close together. Actually, that's going to interfere if I make a tube that big. So this could just be the pump is modeled wrong. I'm going to check that in a minute. But you can see we're getting pretty close. We hadn't been working on this very long. 10, coming up on 11-minute video. So we've already got a bracket modeled. We got our pump and this piece were already modeled. But anyway, you can see this goes pretty quick. So all we got to do now is make 3 standoffs, like metal tubes that connect the dots here. And it looks like we need to check this dimension on the pump. I might have just kind of guessed at this, so I'm gonna check the real pump and go update that a little bit because I didn't think this was gonna hit, so it's probably just my pump model's bad. But anyway, if whatever the problem is, I can always back off on this diameter for the tube if I need to. But I'll get the pump updated. Hopefully that fixes that. We'll make our tubes and then we'll have a bracket. And that was easy. Now, granted, I just made this thing an inch thick. It doesn't need to be that thick. Well, maybe it does. I don't think it does. But if we do make it this beefy, we're definitely putting lightweighting holes or something to, because that's way too heavy. But anyway, as you can see, this is coming together pretty quickly. So uh, if y'all like this kind of stuff, let me know. I can kind of do more of it. Oftentimes, I just show you guys the results of stuff for modeling because I think modeling is kind of boring. But some people like to see how, how ideas, like how would you do a project if you're trying to build something yourself? How would you do it? And as you can see, modeling this went quick, but that's because I spent an hour or an hour and a half or so mocking it up in the shop and then taking these measurements for like the bolt circles and this oil pump. Like this bracket here actually took a while to do to get the, not that one, not that one. Sorry, I don't know where it went. But anyway, this one, yeah. Getting this modeled because these heights, like this boss here is just slightly lower. It's probably hard to see, but this is slightly lower than that one. And I had to measure that. And I did it several times until I was confident that I'd measured this correctly. So both the position and the height of all of these was important. So anyway, that's kind of detailed stuff. It took a while to measure, but as we can see, it's kind of working out for us. So anyway, hope y'all like that, and till next time, y'all take it easy.